welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly. I hope everyone is doing well today and having a great day. Today I'm sharing a collaboration video with you. It is called Make It Yourself May, and it's actually for the whole month of May. We will be doing one video a week, and it is to make things that you would normally get at the store, but instead of going to the store to get it, we're going to make it ourselves. So there's a lot of ideas on this playlist that I'd like you to go and check, and that will be down below in the description box. And please show some support. If you like their channels, please go and subscribe and like their videos. But I think you're going to find a lot of great content with this. Lots of ideas. There's great women in this collaboration, so please check that playlist. And it is being hosted by Ann from What's Up Family. She's one of the sweetest women I have met on YouTube. I think you would love her channel. She does what's for dinner videos, shopping hauls, grocery hauls, canning videos, things like that. So if you like that type of content, please go and check her channel out. And I believe that you will like her channel. Also, my channel consists of cooking, baking. I do DIYs every now and then, not as much as I was doing before. I have more time to cook than I do DIYs, but every now and then I'll have that on here. But I also do what's for dinners and shopping hauls and things like that. So if that's the type of content you like, I hope that you would decide to subscribe to my channel and become a part of my YouTube family. I would absolutely love to have you here. For this video, I am making bread and butter. And for the reason that I'm making these, it's not so much to be inexpensive at home, because the bread can be inexpensive to make. The butter will probably be about the same as in the store. The idea behind making the butter is, I went to the store the other day, and I had gone to Dollar General. Instead of going to the grocery store, I thought, okay, well, I'll go to Dollar General, it's closer, and I'll get what I need. When I went there, every single refrigerator and freezer section was empty. And that is due to it being broken. So they were in the process of getting that fixed. And like I said, it was completely empty, and I'll put a video up here to show you exactly what I'm talking about. It had nothing to do with what's been going on with the other things that have been going on the last 2 years. But I didn't want to have to go and travel 25 more minutes and then 25 more minutes back home just to get some butter. So making butter was a good option for me. Also, and like I said, as long as you have the 2 ingredients, and that's all you need, and I will show you what that is in this video. And I'm always stocked up on it, so I always have it in my refrigerator. So it's something, if I run out or I decide I want to make a recipe and I don't have butter, I can just make it. You can make it unsalted, you can make it salted. You can even make flavored butter if you want. So that's the reason behind me making the butter. And the bread, as far as that goes, I want to make sure that I always have that on. If I have the flour and everything on hand and the stuff to make it, which I pretty much try to stay stocked up on that, then I can always make bread. You'll never go hungry. You'll always have bread to eat. We live in an area that's hurricane prone, so the first thing to go off the shelves when a hurricane is coming is bread and milk. I don't understand the milk so much because your electricity will usually go out. But the bread, like I said, that's something you can have peanut butter on and things like that. So it's a shelf-stable thing. And I wanted to just always make sure I have that to make in my house. So I do make this with a bread machine. So I don't know if you can call it homemade, but it's from scratch. It's just I'm letting the bread maker do the work for me. And if you're on the fence of getting one, I'm kind of showing you in the video just kind of what it does. And you might decide you want to get one. I just felt like it was easier for me to let the machine do the work, and that I can continue to do the things I need to do around my home. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to stop rambling on and let you see what I made. And I hope that you enjoy it, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And to make the butter, very simple and easy process. And all you need is some heavy whipping cream and some salt. And you will also need some ice water. And I'll show you when we get to that step what it's for. And either a hand mixer or a stand mixer. And I feel like the stand mixer works really well for this. Also, you can make it in a mason jar if you want, but that takes a little bit longer. Definitely need a kitchen towel, and you need that to wrap around the mixer. And I'm going to add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and anywhere between 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of salt. So I'm adding about 1/4 and 1/2 of that. Just like I said, you can kind of how you feel if you don't want it to be too salty, but you can always add salt in it afterwards. Now, for filming purposes, I'm going to use some cling wrap. That way you can kind of see the process as I'm filming in this, and then I will go to the towel. And you want to start off mixing it on a low speed, and then you gradually get to where it's on the very highest speed, and you can kind of see where it's going to turn into like a whipped cream at first. And then you'll start noticing it get thicker and thicker. And here you can kind of see it starting to make that butter. And you want it to do that. And once the butter separates from the buttermilk, then you will take the butter out. So you want to put it just in a bowl or something, just to get it out of this buttermilk for now. And also the buttermilk can be used that's left. You can make your own buttermilk. You would just add vinegar to it or lemon juice. There's recipes for making buttermilk on Pinterest. So if that's something you want to do, you can do that. I'm not going to use it for this. But it's easy to do that as well. And it's great if you need it in a pinch and you only need a little bit, that type of thing. But this would have to be used within a day or two. But like I said, it's not something I was going to do for this. But then go ahead and take that butter and you're going to roll it into a ball. And then you will take the cold water, and you want to make sure it's ice cold, and start pouring it over the butter and just kind of squeeze that buttermilk out of the butter. And that's what you're trying to do. Just get the excess out. And when you do that, it helps to preserve the butter a little bit longer. And once the water runs clear, that's when you would be done. But you want to make sure to get as much of that buttermilk out as you can, because as I said, you don't want your butter to go rancid if you leave it in. The only way is if you're going to use it like within a day or two. But you could see that it was clear. And this is some unsalted butter that I made before this, and I put that in just a little mason jar. But you can get these molds on Amazon. So if you want a stick mold, you can do that, but you can easily just put it in a jar. Anything that you have that you can have seal it up. But I just put it in here, and I'm going to go ahead and form that as much as I can into those little sticks. Now these are smaller really than what a regular stick of butter is. So sometimes what I'll do is just scoop out what I need and put it in a regular tablespoon, measuring tablespoon. And so if I need a certain amount, I can do it that way. But then you would just, like I said, you put this in the refrigerator because you want this to kind of solidify a little bit more and get a little bit harder.
But if you want it to be soft, just take it out before you're going to use it and let it soften up a little bit. And I'm just cleaning it off. And I like this because I can store it in the fridge just like that. And it does get a little messy, so you will have buttermilk a little bit, but that's why you need the towel. That way it doesn't get completely all over your kitchen. But with the towel, it kind of controls it a little bit. But the bread is very easy to make, and as I said, I'm making it in a bread machine, and I just find this is so much easier for me than having to stop and knead it again, let it rise and all that. This does that for you. Now, some recipes you may have to do that depending on the bread, but I'm making a Nutty whole wheat bread, and like I said, very simple ingredients. This book has a lot of different breads you can make, but I'm going to do the large 2-pound loaf, but you can also make a medium 1.5 pound loaf or a small 1-pound loaf. That's completely up to you. But you would need 1.5 cups of low-fat buttermilk and 3/4 cup of mixed nuts, and I put 1/4 cup each of sunflower seeds, walnuts, and pecans. You would need pure maple syrup, so 1.5 tablespoons of that. 1 tablespoon of yeast, active, dry, instant, or bread machine yeast. 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and you'll kind of want it in pieces. 2 1/4 cups of whole wheat flour, and 1 1/4 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. And when you add the ingredients into the bread machine, it's going to be added from top to bottom of the list of ingredients, and you need to put the kneading paddle in first and make sure your pan is locked. So it's buttermilk, the salt, then I would add the butter, and as I said, the recipe says to add the ingredients as it's listed. The maple syrup, the whole wheat flour, the unbleached all-purpose flour, and then the yeast would go on top. Now, as far as the nuts, you do not add that right away. You put that on the side and it will beep when it's time. But I'm making the third one, which is a whole wheat bread. Then I'm choosing 2 pounds because that's what I'm making. And then you want the color of the crust you want, and I chose a medium crust. And it's showing it's going to be about 4 hours and 10 minutes to make this. And it's starting to knead. And these are all the different types of bread that can be made in this machine. And you can even make jam. So it's a very convenient machine to have. And now it's going to rise. And then it's going to knead again for the second time. And then it beeps 5 times to let you know that you can add anything that you're going to add into it. So I added the nuts in. And now it's going to rise for a second time. And then for a third time. Now it will beep usually before the third rise, right before it's going to bake, which it's going to do now. And you can choose to take that kneading paddle out, but I just left it in. And then once it's done, it will give you a little beep for that. And then I'm just going to take it out, and I lift up the handle. And it's going to be very hot, so make sure you have pot holders or an oven mitt, something like that. And you just lift it out of the machine, and then we're going to take it out of the pan, and like I said, make sure you have something to protect your hands. And you can see that it has that little bit of a hole, but that's okay. That didn't bother me at all, and as I said, I knew that would happen. And you can see that it kind of sunk in just a little bit, and the reason why it did that, it'll tell you. Why is my bread sunken, uneven on the top? Well, humidity and room temperature can greatly affect the results of baked yeast bread, is what it says. So you could use a little bit more flour in it if it's going to be a humid day. I didn't think about that, and I just went ahead and ate it, but it was definitely humid this day, so that's why it did that. But that's okay, because I'm going to cut that off. Now, once the butter solidifies, it kind of broke a little bit, but that's okay. Not something I'm really that worried about, because if I'm going to measure this, I'm not going to cut that, because I don't feel like it's going to be the same amount as it would be when you buy from the store. So I use like I said, a tablespoon or something to measure it. But really, I just take, if I want butter to spread, I just take that butter knife and just use that off the top. But here I'm just showing you that I'm going to cut that end off. And we will still eat this, just more like with some bread and butter, just as just snacking kind of on it. But I just take a serrated knife and just cut that piece off. And then you can see where it's more of a loaf bread, like if you were to buy it in the store and you were to cut slices. But if you were to cut it long ways like this, the bread would just be too long. And I feel like this just makes it so much nicer and easier, especially if you're going to eat a sandwich or something like that. And it's also easier to put in the toaster. And you can kind of see like the nuts and things that are in it. And it did have a moistness to the middle, and it was cooked. It was fresh. And I took some of that butter, put it in a little bowl so that way it would get to room temperature, and then it's just easier to spread. And the butter did have a nice flavor to it. Like I said, you can even add seasonings to it. But it was a good bread. My husband and I agreed. We liked it. We liked the butter. So this is just something you can have in your house. If you have the ingredients, you can make this yourself. And you don't have to have the bread machine. You can make bread, obviously, in the oven. You just won't have the machine doing the work for you. But really easy and simple. And I like just the idea of being able to do this myself. As long as you have the ingredients at home and stay stocked up on it, you don't have to worry if the store doesn't have bread and butter. You can make it yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will notify you when I post new videos. Please don't forget to check out Anne's channel and the playlist down below. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a blessed day. I'll see y'all in the next one.